For the primate behavior and conservation course, you are really being a field researcher. So I think it's good both for science students to have kind of that hands-on experience out in the field, and also for non-science students even to kind of really actually see what science is. So it's what you do as a field researcher. For that course, we spend half the day out in the field doing activities where we're actually following monkeys around, practicing different observational skills, practicing different data collection methods, and then half the day we're in a classroom as well. And then in that course, we spend 5 days doing just straight field research where you'll collect data on monkeys all day long. The Natural History of Costa Rica course then has a semester component. So during the semester, we meet 2 hours a week and we prepare for our trip by learning about all the different plants and animals and biodiversity of Costa Rica. So there's a little bit of reading, a little bit of homework. Students do presentations on different species. We'll investigate each separate area. The textbook, though, is the Lonely Planet Guide to Costa Rica, so it's not super strenuous. And then during the trip, we kind of put all of that into action. So you'll get to see what you've been learning about throughout the semester. Out of the super biodiverse Costa Rica is one of the most biodiverse places. So basically you'll be living in the middle of the tropical forest. So it's just beautiful all around. Also, we're near a beach. So it's beautiful, pristine, protected beach, nothing built up on it. And it's just amazing. For the natural history of Costa Rica course, we travel throughout Costa Rica. And I'd say some of my highlights are, again, a really white sandy beach in Manuel Antonio National Park, cloud forest, which is just the most green you've ever seen in Monteverde, and then active volcano, which is Arenal near La Fortuna. Those are some highlights.
Going to Costa Rica doesn't just change the world, but you make a difference to change the world for the better. You discover just how fearless you can be, how much you can achieve, and how adventure is waiting right next door. You cannot learn about this stuff from a textbook. You cannot sit in a classroom and expect to gain everything you need to know from the blackboard. You have to go and see it, taste it, smell it, feel it, experience it. The things you discover about yourself and the bonds you create with the people you will meet will last a lifetime.
So professionally, there's a couple different things for both courses because you can take them as a science major. If you're interested in going into any kind of research, these are going to be huge benefits, especially the primate behavior and conservation course. If you're interested in going into graduate school in research, having any research experience is a big advantage. So I'd say actually even if you're not science, if you're something else and you want to do any research, it's a big kind of step forward. It's also something to make you stand out. I've had people say for different interviews for jobs, they'll be looking on their resume and they'll see, oh, you spent this time in Costa Rica, tell me about that. That's something unique that kind of can put you forward. Also the primate behavior and conservation course, you're living at a field site. There is electricity and running water, but it's pretty rustic. And you are doing a lot of physical activity. You're hiking both courses involve a lot of hiking. And that's also a really good thing you can refer to kind of in interviews in the future when people are like, when have you been out of your comfort zone? When have you had to kind of push through to do a lot of work, saying, hey, I did this where I hiked every day for 3 weeks and I learned all these things about myself. I came out stronger in the end. I've done something challenging and learned from it, I think is good as well.